You know, for more than 100 years, radio has been that constant companion in our cars and our homes. But in a world where you can get any song or podcast on demand, how does a classic medium like that not just survive but actually reinvent itself? Well, what if I told you the answer was hiding in plain sight, broadcast from the very same towers we've seen our whole lives? Let's dive into the hidden tech that's unlocking a whole new future for the airwaves.
Yeah, that radio tower, for so long, it's been a symbol of one thing: broadcasting. You know, sending one message out to millions of people at once. But today, we live in a completely different world, right? It's all about personalization, infinite choice, and that has created a massive challenge for traditional radio.
So that really is the big question, isn't it? How can radio, a medium that historically gave you just one stream of content per frequency, possibly compete when we can all get exactly what we want, whenever we want it from a dozen different apps? Well, it turns out the answer was hiding inside the signal itself.
To really get the breakthrough, we first have to understand the problem it solved, and we're talking about radio's analog dilemma. For decades, the entire industry was defined by one simple but very powerful limitation.
Think about it. A station had one frequency. That meant one channel, period. They had to pick a format, top 40, classic rock, whatever, and just hope it appealed to the biggest audience possible. But this one-size-fits-all approach meant that advertisers who were looking for very specific, niche groups, well, they were often out of luck. But then technology gave them an escape route, a really fundamental shift that allowed broadcasters to break out of that one-frequency box and completely rewrite the rules of the game.
It's called HD radio multicasting. And honestly, the best way to picture it is like a highway. Traditional analog radio, that was a one-lane road. HD radio technology basically turns that single lane into a 4-lane superhighway, letting up to 4 completely different streams of content travel on the exact same frequency.
And I bet you've seen this in your own car. You're tuned to, say, 104.3, and then you see these little options pop up. 104.3-H2 or 104.3-H3. That's it. That's multicasting in action. It's the same station, but with totally different stuff playing on each of those subchannels.
So here's how it breaks down. The HD1 channel, that's usually just a super clear digital copy of the main broadcast you already know. But the real magic, the game changer, happens on the HD2, HD3, and sometimes even HD4 channels. These are basically blank slates for broadcasters to fill with completely different, super specialized content.
And this is where the economics get really, really cool. Because more channels means more than just choice for you and me. It means entirely new ways for stations to make money by serving audiences that old-school radio could never dream of reaching.
So now, one station can literally be a rock station, a jazz station, and a news station, all at the exact same time. This kind of diversification lets them cater to very specific tastes, and because of that, to very specific advertisers. It all boils down to this simple but incredibly powerful economic principle. The more targeted your content is, the more valuable your advertising space becomes. Instead of just selling one-size-fits-all ads on a single channel, they can now offer these highly focused ad opportunities across a bunch of different channels, each one aimed at a unique audience.
And believe me, this isn't just theory. This is happening right now. Stations are creating these hyper-specific channels like Pride Radio for the LGBTQ+ community, or all Spanish-language channels in certain markets. They can even launch temporary pop-up stations for things like Christmas music or a local festival. These are dedicated, valuable audiences that advertisers will absolutely pay a premium to reach. And if you want to see this strategy working on a truly massive scale, you've got to look at Mexico. They're a global leader in adopting this technology. Get this. Today, there are over 200 completely distinct digital channels broadcasting on HD radio across the country. That's hundreds of new stations that basically appeared out of thin air, all using the frequencies that were already there. And altogether, this new network has a potential reach of over 50 million listeners. I mean, that is a huge new audience and a totally transformed media landscape, all built on the infrastructure they already had. So here's the kicker. On average, the major broadcasters down there are now running 3 to 4 distinct channels from a single station frequency. They've essentially quadrupled their storefronts, creating all these parallel revenue streams where just one existed before. It's incredible.
But, and this is super cool, the innovation doesn't just stop with the audio. HD radio's digital signal is also turning the car dashboard into a whole new kind of interactive screen.
See, because that digital signal can carry data, stations can now send stuff like album art, logos, and this is the big one, advertiser images right to your car's display. All of a sudden, a radio ad isn't just something you hear, it's something you see.
And there's hard data to prove how valuable this is. Research from DTS, they're the folks behind HD Radio, found that when you pair an audio ad with a visual on the dashboard, brand recall jumps by a staggering 35%. That's a powerful number that lets them charge way more for those ads.
But wait, it gets even more advanced. There are new platforms being built on top of this that provide real-time analytics on who's listening and when. They're even making interactive ads with clickable buttons on the screen. For the very first time, broadcast radio can offer advertisers the holy grail, the same kind of measurable results they get from online ads.
So let's bring this all home. What does this all really mean for the future of radio? Let's put it all in perspective.
You might be wondering, what's the actual impact right now? Well, according to Nielsen data, these new supplemental channels make up about 1.2% of all radio listening. Now that might sound tiny, but you have to remember, this is a 1.2% slice of the pie that literally did not exist before. It's a purely new, highly targeted, and very profitable audience.
So at the end of the day, this technology isn't about replacing good old-fashioned radio. It's designed to enhance it. It's about adding new layers of content, attracting totally new audiences, and creating valuable new ways to make money right on top of the existing business, all without needing a single new broadcast license. And this all leads to a really fascinating final thought. In an age where it feels like we're all being pushed to pay for more and more monthly subscriptions for our entertainment, HD Radio offers this powerful alternative, a diverse, high-quality, multimedia experience that's still completely free. Maybe, just maybe, one of the most resilient models for the future of media has been hiding on the airwaves this whole time.